At the dawn of the 20th century, Japan was a nation in transformation, a place where ancient traditions and modern ambitions met in a delicate balance. These stunningly restored images, filmed more than 120 years ago, capture daily life in Japan around 1900, a world of elegance, simplicity, and quiet strength. We begin along a swift river. A man skillfully navigates his small wooden boat, using only a long bamboo pole to push against the current. Rivers like this were vital arteries of Japanese life, carrying fish, goods, and people between mountain villages and the growing cities below. For centuries, Japan's rivers were not barriers but connections, flowing through the heart of its culture and economy. By this time, Japan had undergone one of the most dramatic transformations in world history. Just 3 decades earlier, the country had emerged from more than 200 years of isolation under the Tokugawa shogunate. The Meiji Restoration of 1868 had restored imperial rule under Emperor Meiji and launched an ambitious modernization campaign. Western science, technology, and education were rapidly introduced, yet traditional customs and craftsmanship continued to define Japanese identity. Men ride a massive wooden swing suspended by ropes, a popular form of entertainment during local festivals. Such gatherings were community celebrations, often tied to Shinto rituals thanking the gods for good harvests. Music, laughter, and the shared rhythm of village life filled the air. The tradition of hanami, or flower viewing, was already centuries old by 1900. It was a time to pause, reflect, and appreciate the fleeting beauty of nature, a reminder that life, like the blossoms, is both fragile and precious. Even as Japan rushed toward industrialization, this sense of harmony with nature remained at the core of its spirit. Elsewhere, women and children play musical instruments and dance gracefully. The melodies of the shamisen and the deep echo of taiko drums carried through every village and city street. Around this time, Japan was beginning to encourage public education, including schools for girls, a revolutionary step for the era. The arts were taught not just as entertainment, but as expressions of discipline, emotion, and community. As modernization spread, Japan's cities grew at a remarkable pace. Tokyo, once Edo, had become the political and cultural capital of a new empire. Electric streetlights and telegraph lines appeared beside wooden homes and paper lanterns. Railways stretched across the islands, connecting once remote regions and enabling trade, travel, and communication like never before. Steamships began to dock regularly in Yokohama and Kobe, bringing foreign visitors, technologies, and ideas. And yet, amidst all this progress, Japan remained deeply proud of its martial traditions. Wrestlers practicing jiu-jitsu, archers taking aim in the art of kyudo, the way of the bow. Both practices rooted in the samurai code of Bushido, the way of the warrior. By 1900, these martial arts were evolving into modern disciplines focused on spiritual development and self-control rather than combat. Within only a few years, Jigoro Kano would introduce judo to the world, laying the foundation for Japan's future in international sports and the Olympics. Behind these peaceful images, Japan was also expanding its influence abroad. In 1895, just a few years before this footage was taken, Japan had defeated China in the First Sino-Japanese War, establishing itself as a major power in East Asia. Modern factories, shipyards, and arsenals were springing up across the country. The Japanese yen had become a symbol of industrial strength, and the population exceeded 40 million. Yet despite the rapid modernization, everyday life remained steeped in timeless rhythms, farmers tending rice fields, craftsmen shaping pottery, families gathering around small wooden homes. The balance between innovation and tradition was, and remains, at the very heart of Japanese culture. These restored scenes, frozen in time, remind us of a Japan poised between worlds, looking forward with determination while holding tightly to its past. Within a generation, the nation would emerge as one of the world's great industrial powers, but here we see the quieter Japan, the one of festivals, music, cherry blossoms, and human connection. This is Japan as it was in 1900, serene, disciplined, and beautifully alive. A country awakening to a new century, carrying its ancient soul into the modern world.